Welcome to the session where we attempt to answer some of the queries pertaining to corporate sector that came up during the presentation, where we took you briefly NPS features and its benefits. प्रेजेंटेशन के दौरान आपने जो क्वेश्चन स्लिप पे भर के दिए हैं उसे हमने कंसोलिडेट करके प्रोसेस वाइज कैटेगराइज किया है, जिससे आपको समझने में आसानी होगी. फॉर इजी रेफरेंस द क्वेश्चंस आर आल्सो शोन ऑन द स्क्रीन. While we have taken up most of the questions pertaining to corporate sector, certain queries have already been answered in a similar session for individual subscribers. These videos are also available on our channel NSDL NPS Ki Pathshala. In our first question, subscriber says, I am working with a private firm and want to open the NPS account, but my employer is not registered under NPS. What shall I do?
Rashmi, even if the corporate has not adopted NPS, the subscriber can individually join NPS and avail the multiple tax benefits under NPS. To open an individual account, the subscriber can either go online to our eNPS portal and open his account, or he can go to any of the service providers, what we call as POPs, to open his NPS account. And specifically for assisting individuals like these, to help them open their NPS account, we have uploaded 2 videos on the aspects of NPS registrations. The subscriber can actually go there and watch those videos while registering under NPS. Subsequently also, the subscriber can go ahead and suggest its corporate to register under NPS. And once the corporate has registered, the subscriber can subsequently shift to the particular corporate. As we said during the course of the presentation, there are multiple tax benefits available under NPS, and one amongst them is the fact that the subscriber, when individually contributing towards NPS, can avail tax benefits under section 80CCE and 80CCD 1B. So, where the individual takes a benefit out of the contributions made by them. However, when the corporate adopts NPS, there is an additional tax benefit under section 80CCD 2, where the subscriber takes the benefit of the contributions that have been made by the employer towards his NPS account.
Saurabh, next question is related to subscriber who already has a plan. In this question, subscriber says, I am already a NPS subscriber. What additional benefits I will get when my company joins NPS?
I think a lot of other people, and we have been getting these queries very frequently while we have been interacting with the corporates and other subscribers as well, that when the corporate joins NPS, what are the additional benefits that the subscriber is going to get apart from the usual tax benefits? Now, let me clarify this. In case the corporate adopts NPS and contributes towards your NPS account, in that event you tend to gain more, because ultimately when the corporate contributes to your NPS account, your retirement corpus increases. Therefore, that means you will get more pension when you retire. Secondly, there is also an exclusive tax benefit on the section where the corporate makes a contribution towards your NPS account, which is covered under section 80CCD 2, which you will not be getting in case your corporate does not adopt NPS. So, let me clarify this through an example. Say for example, if a subscriber has a basic salary of 7.5 lakh, and going by the current trend, 10% of the basic salary is what is being contributed towards NPS. That means essentially 75,000 rupees is being contributed towards his NPS account by the employer. In that event, after computation of all the tax liabilities, you will see the subscriber is making a benefit of 23,000 almost, just because the corporate has contributed towards his NPS account. Now, mind it, this 23,000 is the saving for only 1 year. When you compound it over a longer period of time, the savings are quite huge, which will ultimately help you in bringing about a larger pension corpus.
So, the next question is, subscriber says, you just said in the presentation that subscriber can change the investment option, but I am not able to do that. Don't you think such kind of queries we normally receive in our awareness programs? So, what it could be?
So, Rashmi, let me clarify this doubt for the subscriber, and in fact, we have been receiving this query quite often. I assume from the question that the subscriber belongs to an organization where NPS has already been adopted. Now, when a corporate adopts or an organization adopts NPS, it has two options. Either it selects the investment option at its end, or they can give this option to the subscribers. In the event the decision has been made at the corporate's end, the subscriber will not be allowed to change his or her scheme preference or investment option. But there is a good news for such subscribers where the corporate has decided the scheme preference or the investment option on their behalf. Now, they too can change their scheme preference or their investment option after the lapse of the initial cooling period of a year. Since the activity of a scheme preference change is pretty time critical, considering this aspect, we have given this option of scheme preference online. Now, the subscriber can go online and log in into his account and change his scheme preference. Not just scheme preference, but other financial transactions and non-financial transactions can also be carried out online through the CRA portal. Exclusive videos on those aspects we have already uploaded on our YouTube channel. I will suggest subscribers to go on to those videos and see through them to take the benefit out of those videos.
Saurabh, next question is related to employer contribution, corporate contribution which we say, where the employer is contributing on behalf of subscriber. The question is, I am a corporate subscriber. My NPS contribution is getting deducted from my salary every month. Is it mandatory for my employer also to contribute?
Rashmi, the NPS platform is quite flexible in that sense. Now, the NPS platform allows the corporate to adopt NPS where he can co-contribute to the subscriber's account, or he can allow the subscriber to individually contribute towards his NPS account. Now, all these permutation combinations boils down to three options actually. Now, there are three situations basically. The three situations would be: first, where the employer and the employee both contribute equally to the NPS account. The second one would be where either the employer or the employee is contributing to the NPS account. And the third and the final option would be where the employer and the employee contribute unequally to their NPS account.
Okay.
So, all the three options are available under NPS. However, since the NPS account belongs to the subscriber, it is always advisable, irrespective of the fact whether the employer contributes to the subscriber's account or not, I would suggest that the subscriber can individually and should contribute individually to the NPS account. This would ultimately help the subscriber in building a healthier pension corpus as well.
In our previous question, we saw about employer's contribution. In our coming question, it is about subscriber's own contribution. In this question, subscriber writes, I am working with a major public sector bank and my NPS contribution is deducted from my salary. Can I increase my contribution?
Yes, Rashmi. The subscriber can individually contribute to his NPS account and take the tax benefits under section 80 CCD 1B. Now, for doing these contributions, he has several means available. He can either download our NPS mobile app and make his contributions, or he can route this contribution through his employer as well, or he can alternatively go online to our eNPS portal www.enps.nsdl.com to make his individual contributions as well.
The next question is, can I contribute additional 50,000 to tier 2 account to avail tax benefit?
Rashmi, tier 2 is an additional investment option given to the subscriber. It more or less acts like a mutual fund where you invest today and you can take out the money tomorrow as well. So, there are no tax benefits under tier 2. So, whatever tax benefits that are associated with NPS, if the subscriber is willing to take tax benefits under NPS, he has to contribute those amounts towards his tier 1 account. However, this does not undermine the importance of having a tier 2 account. There are a lot of needs in our life which are short term in nature, जैसे फैमिली के साथ हॉलीडे, बच्चों का एजुकेशन, these are such short term needs which we should be planning for. Tier 2 account actually helps you plan for these short term needs. Plus, there are a lot of other benefits associated with holding a tier 2 account as well, like low administrative charges. You can also shift the balances of the tier 1 account to your tier 2 account to your tier 1 account, which will essentially help you build in a larger pension corpus as well. So, it is always wise to open an NPS tier 2 account and invest in it as well. We have also talked in detail about the features and benefits of a tier 2 account during the course of our presentation, as well as another video that we have uploaded on our YouTube channel.
Saurabh, The next question is about the PFRDA guidelines, which says superannuation funds can be transferred to NPS. In this question, subscriber says, my employer has adopted for superannuation funds instead of NPS. The scheme has been running for quite some time. Can my employer transfer the superannuation funds directly to NPS? What is the process that needs to be initiated?
Rashmi, as per PFRDA guidelines, any superannuation fund can now be transferred to NPS. For initiating this change, the employer has to initiate a change in the trust deed, which would require an approval from the competent authority as well. Once the approval has been received and the trust deed has been changed, the activity can be completed in close coordination with the POP, which is actually a service provider your organization has selected for providing the services of NPS. Once this activity of change is complete, you can open your NPS account and the funds accrued in the superannuation fund can be transferred to the NPS account. You may also note that all these funds that you are transferring as a one time measure will be tax free. There are a lot of large organizations who have moved from superannuation fund to NPS, and from what we are given to understand, the movement has been quite seamless. There are a lot of POPs and retirement advisory firms which are working to provide assistance to corporates which wish to undertake this change. In case you require our specific inputs, please feel free to write to us and we will be more than happy to answer your queries.
The next question is related to subscriber shifting across all sectors. Subscriber has written, I was working with an MNC which had adopted NPS and was covered under NPS for almost 3 years before I took up a new assignment with an IT company recently. Can I continue with my NPS account? If yes, how?
Rashmi, one of the key features of NPS is the portability associated with the NPS account. Irrespective of your employment, your location, you can continue with the same NPS account. The process of shifting your NPS account is quite seamless. To initiate this change, you just need to fill up a small form and provide it to your new employer. While your employer has adopted NPS, there might be a situation where an individual has joined an organization where NPS is not yet implemented. In that scenario, the subscriber can shift his account and continue with his account as an individual citizen. In my personal opinion, I would suggest you to continue with your NPS account rather than exiting NPS. It is just not my opinion, but by the survey conducted by a global retirement advisory firm, which has been carried out while the survey was being carried out across employers globally, it says that PF alone can take care of only 32% of your pension needs. When you combine it with superannuation fund, this number goes up to 50%, and when it is coupled with a product like NPS, the number goes up to 68%. In my opinion, 68% is a good enough number for pension.
Saurabh, we again have a question on superannuation fund coming from subscriber. In this question, subscriber has written, I already have an ongoing superannuation fund through my company. Is it advisable to still open an NPS account considering that a sizable amount is already being contributed towards superannuation funds?
Rashmi, irrespective of the fact whether the subscriber has a superannuation fund or not, I would suggest the subscriber to open an NPS account. There is a lot of confusion, people are not aware probably about it, that any contributions which are over and above 1.5 lakh and made under superannuation fund are subject to tax, which is not the case with NPS. So, by investing into NPS, the subscriber can actually save tax as well as build a higher corpus for his pension.
So, do you mean to say that subscriber has to ask his employer to restructure the salary?
Yes, and why not? If the restructuring of a salary benefits the employees at large, I think every employer would be glad to take up this change.
Okay, now we have the final question in the session. Subscriber has written, how are the options available under NPS better equipped to handle the pension needs than superannuation fund?
Rashmi, before we answer this question, we need to understand the provisions under superannuation fund and under NPS. Under superannuation fund, 33% of the corpus has to be mandatorily commuted, whereas under NPS the subscriber can actually invest his 100% towards buying annuity, which would ultimately result him in giving higher pension. Ultimately, the account is yours. The NPS provides you with plenty of flexibility in terms of scheme preference choice, that is means selecting your PFM as well as asset allocation. It also gives you the flexibilities like deferment at the age of 60, continuation beyond the age of 60, as well as phased withdrawal, which is not present under superannuation funds. These features ultimately would help the subscriber in planning for his future in a better manner.
Thank you for patiently hearing to us while we address your queries. In case your queries have still not found an answer, please do watch our videos available on this channel. You may also visit our website www.npscra.nsgl.co.in, where we have an exhaustive FAQ section. Please feel free to raise your queries through our website under Subscriber Corner. To know more about NPS, please do watch our videos on this channel. Thank you.